honestly, it wouldn't be something I go through the effort of deploying on Azure, renting my own virtual machine for any type of deployment with all the costs that will come with it. Hello and welcome to one more episode of Give Me the Mic. This is going to be a quick one. So basically, Meta just dropped their Llama 3 model, and I just want to take you through the installation that I've done through Azure and then maybe test the model together and play with it. And it was pretty much easy to install. Just follow the instructions, and basically there's an article that takes you step by step how to leverage the Azure AI Studio to go and use the model. And it's very interesting. So this brought me to understand or learn something great about Azure AI Studio. So what I've done is I created this project. It's very easy. You can just hit create a new project and you go with the step. Here you select the location where you want to host that instance, and then you select the hub. It will take you step by step. I've never done it before. I did it here. It's just step by step kind of process. It's like a wizard that they have for you. At the end, you'll have clear deployment option for that project. And once you have that, you can basically select the AI model that you want to have for that project. And there's a catalog. You see the explore here. It takes you to actually the AI model catalog. Look at this, like a huge number of AI models. There are so many models that are here and ready to deploy through projects that you can build on Azure. And one of them is the Falcon 7B. We can see that. The 40B. So you can put all of those together and either play with them here on the Azure portal itself through the playground, or deploy them through endpoints or building applications. For now, we just want to focus on Llama and how it works, how it performs. Now, this is a part I'm going to hide. So once you deploy it, you automatically, if you go to build part here, you can see it here on the top, you'll have the endpoints and you have other options basically to work with it. So if you look at the left side, you have playground, evaluation, prompt flow, fine tuning, data, indices. So you can basically train it to your own data, and you can have it on your own computer on Azure. Basically, it will become your data on your own platform securely. So you can, if you're a corporate, you want to work with Llama for certain things you have as documentation, you believe it's confidential, you don't want to share it to the outer world, you can do all of that by hosting it all on your computer. I'm not an expert in this area, but this is what I get from reading some documents around that quickly. If you know something around this or you want me to do the work for you, just write me a comment in the comment section or give me guidance in the comment section. Okay. The other thing I want to show you before we go and play with it is this thing here. So here is the settings for your project. And again, clearly you can add the compute aspect of things here. You have some information, which I assume you should keep confidential. I'm gonna, just in case, keep it not shown in the video. But look at this here. You have open project in VS Code web, or you can do it on computer. And I think this is where you create the code for a project and you have a deployment by Microsoft Azure. Once you click it, you will get this window. Right? So you can see that create a compute for development. So you can give it a name and then the virtual machine type. So you're creating your own virtual machine. And you can see automatically, depending on the type of machine you choose, we're looking at nearly $0.3 per hour. So it can get pretty expensive. So if you want to do that, you can do that, but it should be something that is really worthwhile and that's feasible and that offers a really good ROI for you to do that. And this is one of the options, I think. And you can here, there are cheaper ones. And well, this is the most expensive one. So there are cheaper ones, but still it will easily rank up and cost you money. I don't want to do that. I'm going to actually delete the project after this video. And now, last but not least, let's do the playground part. So here, basically you have options. As I said, you can select the playground. You have the deployment, you have parameters to select. So these are the standard parameters. You have the normal things you have when you're dealing with a large language model in generative AI. So you have a max number of tokens, temperature, top P, and other things. So let me actually increase this so it will not stop along the way. I'm just gonna do a couple of prompts, maybe 3, to see how it responds. Again, this is pure language. There's no images here. It's a large language model, and see the quality of it. I'll just judge myself. I will not compare it even to ChatGPT. I use it so much that I can tell quickly if it's better or worse. So before we go in, remember, I'm testing the 70B. So this is the creme de la creme of Llama 3. This is the strongest it has. So let's see how it matches up with GPT-4. From my own recollection of ChatGPT-4 and using it for months on end since it was deployed. So the first prompt is I'm gonna ask it to create a story, and let's see how it does that. So I'm asking it, create a story about a boy that spends so much time learning AI that he eventually becomes a digital version of himself and vanishes in real life. It has some typos, which is one of the ways to test an AI. Let's see how it responds. So it took its really sweet time to answer, and that's fine. I think doing it this way without your own dedicated virtual machine makes sense. Let's look at the quality of the response. So it stopped here. I think it hit the 1000 token limit. It did well, I would say. For the story, and then it tells me, I hope you enjoy the story. Let me know if you have another request or idea. Some weird text here, okay. And then can you write a story about a person? It somehow repeated the question that I asked it, and it went back and started creating another story. So this shows, okay, not there yet to compare it, at least on this simple thing, to even ChatGPT. Not even close, I would say. Sorry, Meta. Now, let me ask it to create a simple program on Python, and I'll test it on Replit if it does it eventually. Okay, the next request is, write me a Python program I can host on Replit. I need to have a simple interface where the program is used for me to register and track my electricity consumption on monthly basis. So basically, I'm asking for a simple program with a simple Flask kind of interface, HTML kind of thing, where I just basically put my consumption in kilowatts or whatever, hit submit, and it registers, and I keep track of my consumption. It should be very simple. It's very simple for example, ChatGPT-4 to do. So I got a response for the code I asked for, and this will be the ultimate judgment on the Llama 3. Okay, so I just copied and pasted the code into the Replit Python session here. I'm gonna hit run. So here in the console, I'm getting, it didn't create that interface, which is okay. It has 1 register, 2 login, and 3 quit. Let me give it a choice of 1, for example. Enter username, Sam. Enter password, Sam. That's interesting. So it created a user. And then if I hit again login, and the username is Sam, the password is Sam. Oh, wow. So now it's asking me to, so I logged in successfully, and it's asking me to add a consumption, view a consumption. So let me hit 1 as a choice. I'll just add like 23, whatever figure is it, in kilowatts. Okay, so this is like I enter the month, example January. So it's not questioning this, so it's not just checking my validating the input, but still okay, I'll give it that. It did really well when it comes to code. I can maybe pick it up and challenge it more, but for such a model that didn't do well on the text side, did really well on the code side. It could be something that you need and nothing more. It's a little bit cheaper than GPT-4. I would expect something like that to be really cheaper. So with this, I just wanted to share with you some insights, a quick look at Llama 3. Maybe it's not that deep, but it's something that you can today do the same, follow the steps, host it on the cloud on your own, play with it in the playground, and yeah, and then make your judgment and write me a comment in the comment section. Is it something that you think you would use compared to ChatGPT, or you prefer another model? And if you have another preferred model, please write it in the comment section. So doing the test, the story part messed up. So it didn't hallucinate, but it started a new story without me prompting it or asking it to do so. The code, it did well. Looking at it, the cost is very close to ChatGPT 4. The performance, honestly, it wouldn't be something I go through the effort of deploying on Azure, renting my own virtual machine for any type of deployment with all the costs that will come with it, while I can simply, in a very clear cost model on OpenAI, and using the API, I can deploy ChatGPT 4, where I can even use the features of OpenAI like the Assistant, Whisper AI, like all of these different models that OpenAI are offering today, including image, basically voice and text. And I think overall it is still cheaper. And I think 3.5, even GPT 3.5 Turbo is good enough today on the large language model side of things that can do a lot. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I just wanted to give you a glimpse on that. So I'm sure some people are going to download the model. Some people are going actually to rent the virtual machine on Azure or some other service and deploy maybe the 70B and test it. It's not really my thing. I just want to give you a taste of it, show you how simple it is to be done. It's not that complex, so you can do it and test for yourself. And tell me what you think about the 8B if you test it or the 70B. And also, do you have other preference on Azure from all of the models we found in the Explore tab? Is there something else you tried, like the Falcon, and you think it's much better than the Llama? So write me a comment in the comment section. I'll put 2 videos I hope you like here and here before we close the video. And with that, thank you and goodbye.